last time we did see you, you said the Fed needed to move very aggressively. This was back in January. They didn't. So now what? Is 75 basis points enough to kind of catch up from behind?
Well, I kind of answer you two ways. I could give you a prediction as to what I think they'll do. I could also tell you what I think they ought to do. If I were running the Fed today, I would raise interest rates a full point. I think that the credibility of the Fed has been significantly damaged. The Fed is supposed to be independent of politics. How many times do we have to play this same game where the Fed keeps falling behind the reality? We have overstimulated the economy by a big factor. We have to take the punch bowl away. And we also have to recognize the fact that when you're raising rates by a point, when you're starting at 1.5 and going to 2.5 or something like that, that's really not very much. It may be percentage-wise, but I think there's more than enough room within the economy to absorb a couple hundred point basis increase in the risk-free rate.
Sam, we've talked a lot this morning and in the last weeks and months just about the idea that the problems in the economy right now aren't really things that the Fed is very equipped to fix. A lot of these are supply issues. The Fed can really only break on the demand side of things.
But the Fed controls demand. I mean, the reality is that, I've been around for a long time, a piece of legislation used to include, $100 million or 200 million, and then all of a sudden it became trillions, and all of a sudden we couldn't get the money out fast enough. I think the whole country owes Joe Manchin a giant thank you for stopping what would have really been a catastrophic result.
You mean in terms of additional spending coming from Washington?
And that whole Buy Back Better bullshit is just unacceptable. And unfortunately, we only had one senator who stepped up to the line when, in fact, everybody should have stepped up and recognized that this was a disastrous policy.
What are you seeing in terms of inflation? The higher rates we're already seeing in yields, you're right, this is nothing historically, but are the higher interest rates starting to get to the point where it slows things down? In commercial real estate, we've watched it in residential slow down somewhat.
I think that what you're seeing right now is a lack of confidence. I don't think that the rates that have been increased to date change much. It's the anticipation that changes. So we're seeing a lot of commercial transactions being put on hold. You're looking at that cost of financing is up 80%, and it's not only up 80%, it looks like it'll be up more than 80% because rates are going to continue to go up. So, everybody, wants to make decisions predicated upon, what happened, in the past. And I think right now the focus is what's going to happen in the future. And I think that's materially impacting the confidence of people to go forward. So I would envision that at least for the near term, and the near term is the next 6 months, I would think that real estate transactions will be lower, and the deals that get done will get done because of conviction, and people will defer and say, I can wait till next year.
So, Sam, the latest is the Biden administration blaming oil companies for fattening their profit margins. At the same time that they talk about the Putin price hike and how inflation is global, they still seem to think that it's or want to at least tie it to corporations in this country. Just try. I mean, I said earlier I was around for the Carter years. I don't know if they're going to do any price controls with oil companies. You remember the Carter years, right? Do you have any? You have any sense of deja vu? It just as things hit the fan, it's just like one thing after another. And I remember those 4 years, and it was a long 4 years.
Well, I mean, the Carter years were all about trying to blame somebody else, except themselves. And in the same manner, Joe Biden owns this inflation. If he hadn't, provided and encouraged the massive amounts of liquidity that was added to the system under the guise of COVID, we wouldn't have this problem today. And blaming the oil companies this week and blaming somebody else next week, all doesn't avoid the reality that the real blame here is on policy or lack thereof.